Hi, welcome to Synoptic Gospels through Life Pacific College. My name is Sarah Warnock-Farrand, and I'm your instructor for this course. Before we begin looking at the course outline and the course site, I wanted to give you a quick introduction to who I am. So you can call me Sarah. I actually prefer that over Professor or Mrs. Warnock-Farrand. So just call me Sarah. This is a picture of my husband and me. His name is Mark. As you can tell, I am taller than the average woman at 6'1", and he is shorter than the average man at 5'8", but it works perfectly because his shoulders fit under my arm, and that makes us very happy that we can walk side by side together. It looks a little odd maybe to some people, but we're very happy with how God made us. This is another picture of us. We got engaged 5 years ago and married about 4.5 years ago. So we are very happily married. He's my best friend. I couldn't ask for better. We're both nerdy in different ways. We like board games and that kind of a thing, and video games. But his thing is he's nerdy because he can walk into a room, understand the trigonometry of the space, and design and build an amplifier to make and produce the best sound. And I know a lot about Star Trek, so we're very nerdy but in very different ways. This is a picture of Mark with his 10-year-old son, Tyler. I did not know how much I would love being a stepmom, but it has been wonderful. I absolutely love it. He's a joy in my life and keeps me centered and focused, and I couldn't be happier with him. This is a picture of the two of us just this last year. This is a picture of my motorcycle. This is not me on it, but this is the color and type of motorcycle I ride. I love motorcycling. My husband and I found that we both love that on our honeymoon. We discovered that and went out and purchased bikes for us. It's been a really fun adventure with them, and I love it. I also love games, like I said, board games and video games. I love good coffee. I love candy. Candy from all over the world is really my jam. It's pretty great. And we live in Independence, Oregon, which is just southwest of Salem, the capital. And this is a picture of our puppy, June. She is named after Junie B. Jones, the children's book character. And she is not this little anymore. I'll show you some pictures of how big she is now, but she's half Old English sheepdog and half standard poodle, so they call them sheepadoodles. This is her in the car window. As you can see, she is very fluffy, but we love that about her. And this is a more current picture of her, and we love all of her fluff. She's just really great. So that's a quick intro to who I am and my family, and I've been teaching now for about 6 years, and it's been 7. I love it. I was on staff as a pastor at West Salem Foursquare Church for a number of years, but transitioned to work on my PhD and to teach, and it's been a really good transition for me, and I love it. And my PhD is about human trafficking and the charismatic church, and how defining a charismatic theology of abolition will help change the tide in how Christians approach human trafficking. That's the basic gist of it. So this course has 12 weeks. Let's look at our course outline real quick. I'm not going to read all of this. I'm going to let you go through that, but my email address is up here. Feel free to use that. Also, my mobile number is here. You can call or text anytime. I welcome that. If you need to get a hold of me immediately, then texting is going to be your best bet. So let's see. Course objectives. Through the course, you will describe the historical and cultural background of Palestine as it relates to the Synoptic period. In case you don't know, you will soon learn that the Synoptic Gospels are the first 3 Gospels, Matthew, Mark, and Luke. So number 2, we will recall the events of Jesus' life and ministry. You will identify the major themes and distinctive features of each of the Synoptic Gospels. You will explain who Jesus is from both a historical and spiritual standpoint. You'll conduct proper exegesis of gospel narratives, parables, and themes. You will differentiate some of the issues for synoptic studies raised by critical scholarship. You'll interact with students and instructor in forum discussions to foster discipleship and communal growth. And you will apply the teachings of Jesus Christ to one's personal life and ministry. So as you can see, we have a lot to accomplish in just 12 weeks. This is a somewhat difficult class, but I'm here to serve you, and I want to help see you succeed. So let's look at our course requirements. First, we have assigned reading. We'll look at the schedule in just a few minutes, but each week there is assigned reading. You'll want to accomplish that before Friday of each week, and you will be asked to honestly evaluate the percentage of material read by the last week. So if you read almost all of it, like if you're thinking 98, just go ahead and give yourself a 100. Round up, that's easy. If you only read half, then give yourself 50, but be honest. So forum discussions are going to be very similar to other online classes. Initial posts are due by midnight on Friday. Response posts, you'll be responding to 3 of your classmates. There are only 4 of you in this class, so you'll be responding to almost everyone. You're welcome to respond to everyone. But these response posts are due by Sunday at midnight. These deadlines are very important, and the only way to get credit for doing this beyond the deadline is if you have an extension from me. So be very careful to keep track of your time and make sure that you're conducting yourself well in all of the forum discussions. Besides the forum discussions, we have 2 devotional reflections. These are going to be very similar to the regular forum discussions, but they'll be asking you to go through a Lectio Divina, which we will talk about more throughout the semester. There are 9 worksheet assignments due during the semester. This is, besides the quizzes, the assignments are the meat of the course, and you're expected to turn them in by their due date. You'll be downloading the worksheet, completing the worksheet. Go ahead and actually download it and write within the context of the worksheet. And then upload a Word doc or a PDF. I cannot open Pages, so please do not submit anything in Pages. About the assignments also, there is not one assignment due every week. At least at the beginning, you'll have 2 assignments due one week, and then 2 quizzes due the next, and then 2 assignments due the following week. So there are 9, but they're not one every week for 9 weeks. And so the quizzes, there are 13 quizzes. They are timed, and they are open book, open note. So you need to have read the material and know where to find the answers. You'll finish these quizzes by Friday of each week, and during some weeks there may be 2 quizzes due. So again, it's not 1 quiz every week. We will be doubling up some of the weeks. So the final exam is entirely on Moodle, and you will complete this exam online. It's a series of essays and short answer questions based on the entire semester. This will not be timed, but will be due by midnight on the last Sunday of the semester. Plan to give yourself 1 to 3 hours to take this quiz, this final. It must be substantive and grammatically correct to receive full credit. So here is how our various assignments are broken up. You can look at that on your own, but the forum discussions, assignments, and final exams have the greatest weight. So be careful to give due attention to what needs to be done. We have 3 texts for this class. The first is by Melina and Rohrbaugh. It's called The Social Science Commentary on the Synoptic Gospels. There's Mark L. Strauss's book, 4 Portraits, 1 Jesus. And then Throckmorton's Gospel Parallels. This book is very unique because what it does is it tells where a particular story is in one of the Gospels and then shows you where in the other three Gospels it occurs similarly. And so if something is in Mark 19, it might be in Luke 4. And so you'll look at the Gospel parallels and it'll tell you where you can find each story. It's a pretty awesome text. So course policies, the attendance and participation portion here is very similar to other classes, so we won't read that. Assignments need to be neat, typed, proofread, standard font, and double-spaced using MLA referencing style. Again, each one is due on the Friday of the assigned week in either a Word or a PDF document. I do accept late work up to 3 weeks late. However, all of the work is due by April 15th, the last day of the class, and each week something is late, I dock 20% off the total points earned. So you cannot earn A's and sometimes B's or even C's on late assignments. So please be very diligent in not turning things in late. However, if you have extenuating circumstances like a major illness or an emergency in your family, you can speak to me prior to the deadline and I will grant extensions to work, including quizzes. So those things, if you've communicated with me ahead of time, will not be considered late and I won't dock points. And then finally, the readings. Again, make sure you have done your reading for the week by Friday, and at the end of the semester, you'll be asked to give an honest evaluation. So academic integrity is vital. This means no cheating. Students with disabilities need to talk to the Academics Affairs Office. I'm happy to accommodate people with disability. I do in a lot of my different classes, but you do need to go through the proper channels to make sure that happens. The course schedule. Now, this is, the way that this is aligned is on the very far left is the week and the dates, and then on the second to the left, moving to the right, is the reading. So as you can see, in the first week we're reading the book of Mark, in the third week Matthew, in the fifth week Luke, and you'll be doing these readings in one sitting, and then you'll be doing an assignment to reflect what you've been reading. The middle column is forum discussions. It just reminds you that each week there is a type of forum discussion. It's due initially by Friday and then response post by Sunday. The assignments column tells you when there are assignments due. And as you can see, not every week there is an assignment due. And then quizzes similarly. If there are no quizzes, it is stated, and then you'll see, like in week 2, we have 2 quizzes due by midnight on Friday. And then finally, you have a select course bibliography. So if you're interested in learning even more about what we're talking about or reading about, this bibliography can help give you some perspective and give you some more resources. So that is all for our course outline. The way that our various weeks are set up are going to be Monday through Thursday of week 1. I would like you to do an initial post to the introductions forum. I know several of us know each other already, so try and not just tell us the same old thing that you've told us before, but try and think of something unique to you that we may not know about you. The thing that I put that's unique that you may not know about me is that I'm ambidextrous. So then it tells you what the assignments are in the Monday through Thursday category, and then by midnight Friday, you'll be making your initial post to Forum 1. There's no quiz during week 1, but there are 2 assignments that you need to have uploaded by midnight Friday. And then Saturday through Sunday, respond to 3 of your class members' posts. So this is the basic rhythm of life for us for the next 12 weeks. And I'm really looking forward to getting to know you guys better and getting to interact with the materials that we have. And I love teaching this class because it is, it's hard, but it's hard in a really rewarding way. And so I want to walk alongside you as we tackle some tough issues And so please use me as a resource as much as possible, and ask questions as they come up, and know that I am praying for you, and I'm your biggest cheerleader here. I want to see you succeed and do well. So many blessings, and I will see you in the forums.